the channel. So in this episode, we're going to run up to the off-grid cabin and pick up the ice shanty. And once we get it back, I'm going to go through and we're going to do a full tour of what I have set up for my little wheelhouse that I built a few years back. If you remember, some of the other videos that we have done, you'll see an ice shanty sitting in front of the camp. We go pick that thing up, we bring it home. I do not fish with it up in that area. I fish with it back home. I'm about 45 minutes away from camp, so we take it out to the lake that's located right in the town that I live in, and we'll set it up out there. So right now we are in kind of that lull area. It's after Christmas, it's before New Year's. Deer hunting is done for me. There was a holiday hunt in Wisconsin for some of the zones, but my zone was not part of that, so my deer hunting is done. So at this point, last night, we had a pretty good storm come through, and the weather has turned really cold again. We had kind of a warm up there, but now it's gonna be below freezing every day for the next couple of weeks. We should be making a lot of ice, so I want to get the ice shanty ready to go. So once the ice is thick enough, we're gonna put it out on the lake, and then we can take it out fishing with this. So stay tuned. This is my little wheelhouse that I built years ago, and check it out. Tell me what you think. Alright, so we're up at camp now. First things first, we got to get some air in these tires. This thing's been sitting up there all summer, probably been sitting a good 8 months, so tires went down just a little bit. We want to get those up, and ready to go, because we're going to push this thing up by hand most of the way. So here we are, we're moving it up to the trailer. Kind of a pain, but yeah, we get it up there, and we push it as far as we can by hand. Ended up getting it up on the trailer a little bit further, and then we're going to use the UTV. I got a block sitting there. We're going to drag it up with that a little bit further, get it up on the deck as far as we can, kind of steering it as we go, and then going to bring it up with the come along the rest of the way. So you see the boys are going at it. They're working together. We're going to drag this thing all the way up. And then I got to get this thing up there far enough, to where the axle of the shanty is past the axle of the trailer. So we're all the way up there. Now we just got to tie her down. Okay, she's all locked down and ready to go. As you know, we put a trailer on a trailer, which kind of looks goofy, but this little axle here, this was a pop-up trailer when it started. I gutted the whole thing off, started at the frame, but I didn't put any bigger axle underneath it. She's not quite highway ready, we'll just say that. So I put it on this trailer and I drag it home. It's about 45-minute drive down the highway to my house from here. But when I have this thing loaded up and I'm going to the lake, my house to that lake is about 15 minutes or so. And when we're taking it that 15 minutes down the road to the lake, we're doing 25 miles an hour, not 55 miles an hour down the highway. So that's why we do what we do. Alright, now we're back home and it's time to take it and take it off. So this thing is pretty tight getting on there. So we're just going to kind of let it down by rope most of the way. I mean, it's pretty safe. I got the trailer kind of angled away from my shop, just in case this thing does get away and goes careening off, it's not going to run into my shop. So, it's a little bit of, work trying to get this thing straight coming off. But, eventually we end up getting it to go. And, it is a little bit tight bringing it off. There's a little stair deal on the back where it kind of gets hung up, in the back. But you're going to see, we're just going to push this thing along, and we're going to put it, this is an old RV pad that I had put in next to my shop when we first built the house. So there she is. She's waiting, sitting in the back there. As soon as the ice is thick enough, we'll hitch up to that thing, and we'll drag it out to the ice. And then the trailer, I'll have to go get the Ranger. The Ranger is what I usually hook up and drag that thing out onto the ice with. It's Sunday, December 28th. It's about noon. Temperature well into the 30s, but dropping right now. It's been kind of a warm spell lately. you know, there's still enough ice to go ice fishing, not quite enough to put the ice shanty out yet, but we did get that home yesterday. And I just wanted to kind of go through and show you what I got here. So do a little video tour of what I did and how I built it. So it sounds like we're gonna get a pretty big weather event coming in, 4 to 8 inches of snow tonight, and then the temperatures will not see above freezing for at least 2 weeks, it looks like. So should be building a lot of ice, and this thing will end up out, you know, on the lake sooner than later. But let's go through and take a look at what we got here. As we start, it's about 7 by 11, I think, is what this thing started as. I totally stripped this thing down, but I kept the frame, painted the frame all up, and started over. So what I have is RV windows that I ended up picking up. This is the rubber roofing, the same material I'll be putting on the shooting shacks. Just trimmed it out, you know, a little bit, a lot of caulk. This is, you can access the battery from here or on the other side, new tires and stuff. So we do have these little guys, these little jacks that kind of pop down here, and with them it holds us up. But I also have a different style. So we have a little flag holder there. There's a chimney, more to come on that, and the front door, or I should say the back door. So this is how it opens up. I bent this little guy loading yesterday. Let's see if we can get this to go. So that pops in. There she goes. Okay, so as we look to the back, I have one little air vent back there. Here's a spot to dry your gloves. And here's my little wood stove that I have in here. We cook on this thing. It heats this thing up really nice. Built this, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. My intent was I was going to take pipe and go outside so I can just draft air from outside or inside and kind of control that on colder days, just to bring fresh air into this thing. But never got that far, never needed to. So yeah, this stove, it works like a champ. Alright, so moving on. You can see I got it tinned out, so, you know, fire resistant. There's nothing behind the wall of that, so air will just run up behind there and it'll keep it good. So we get on the other side of the door. Got a place to hang your jacket. Got a couple ice scoops. I got my flag that usually is outside, but it's raining out. Got a little ice spud thing here that, you know, sometimes we need to do a little scraping. Keep a wood bin in here, a bunch of junk in there. Those lights, I'd never wired this thing up for lights for taking it down the road, so those are actually magnetic lights that I just pop on the pack, and then we just take it, you know, a few miles down the road to the lake, small little lake in Toma that we live at. You can see that the walls, so these walls are all 2x3s, and what I did is, a good friend of mine, Todd Becky, taught me this, is if you glue that 2-inch foam in and leave a gap and then go around and use great stuff on it, it will squeeze it in and it actually stiffens the whole structure up quite a bit. But I got that there. It stays really nice in here. The floor is actually it's wood, and then it's styrofoam, and then it's a wood floor again. So it's actually a couple inches thick on that floor too. So as we get down here, I built this, you know, we kind of throw our graphs and stuff up on top here. Then I have a battery, then little more wood, fire starter. And then you're gonna notice that I have a 12-volt ceiling fan that works. So these are the holes that we fish out of. 1, 2, and 3. So the way these work is you just gotta pop them out. Now there's a bit of distance between you and the ice at this point. And what we have for that is underneath the stove, actually the fire extinguisher, I have these guys. So these simply drop in, and by the time this, you're gonna see that there's a little bit of gap, but that will actually hit all the way down. So when I set this thing, I set it where I drive the tires up on some 2x10s, so the tires are off the ice, and then I jack everything up, get everything solid. So that'll go, it'll hit the ice just perfectly. There's about 1.5 inches there. So as we pan around, this table came out of the original pop-up trailer, and I've kept it in here. We play cards on there, eat, whatever, and it's kind of nice. It folds out. It's big in here, but you can lay your you can lay your ice rod on there as you're fishing, and you can keep track of things while you're eating lunch. It's not always out, but we have it with just in case. A couple of blankets, and then we have this. This is the back seat of the truck. I ended up getting this at auction. It was like the power company bought, it must have been crew cabs or something, and they bought all these crew cabs and they would tear out the back seats right away. So they're brand new. I got this thing for $1, and they're real nice and comfortable. You can get behind them if you need to, if there's anything that you want to store behind there. But they don't keep themselves up, I guess is the easiest way to say it. So I had to build a stand underneath it, and then I just had to bring it away from the wall until they laid back into a comfortable position, and then I anchored it down. So that would be just made out of angle iron. So I just made like an angle iron frame that it basically just mounts to. Then I got a jack under here in case I got a flat tire or something like that. And I got a little tip up here that's a cribbage board. And then some miscellaneous tools and junk in there. All in all, it's a very comfortable place to fish in the wintertime. I'll pull this out with the Ranger, the UTV. We'll pop it up on the ice, like I say, throw it on a couple 2x10s, get the tires up on that, put the jacks underneath this thing so it's solid and the wind doesn't take it or anything. And it's a nice solid thing to ice fish out of. So the fan, we did talk about that a little bit. That fan is needed, and that's why I kind of talked about that with my shooting shacks, is putting a fan in, because the roof, the ceiling is done up with some R13, I believe it is, and all that heat will just go up from the wood stove. So that fan blows it down, and it actually blows it down hard enough that it'll go down your holes and keep your holes from freezing up, because it's a good 18 inches down there. So that fan blows hot air down there, keeps your holes from freezing up. I mean, you can be out there, it'll be 20 below Fahrenheit, and you got that fan just ripping, and the wood stove is cooking, and it works really well for keeping your ice holes open, and you're not getting a bunch of ice stuck on your line or freezing over. So it works very well, and then it keeps very comfortable in here. I can have this thing 90 degrees if I wanted to. It's very efficient. That's basically it. I built this thing probably 4 or 5 years ago. Been using it as much as I can, and I say it's been a good shanty. Other than not being able to really pull it down the highway, I could probably put a little bit heavier duty suspension underneath this on the axle, and it would be fine for pulling down. But I don't need to. I mean, I just load it up on the other trailer, drag it home, and it's, you know, like I say, it's just a few miles to get to the lake, drag it out there, and she's good for the year, you know, or the season, I should say. So anyway, one more little pan around here. Wood stove. I keep all the things under there for the holes. The hole sleeves are called. Nice and insulated. There, I never finished the ceilings off. I never finished the walls either, just because I don't need the extra weight. It's not as fancy as some of those Yetis or ice castles, all them different sorts, but this thing will fish every day as long as you're out here. It'll do just as well as keeping warm. All I gotta do is throw a little bit of wood in there. That's my tour of the ice shanty. Let me know if you got any questions about it. Thanks for watching DBR Acres.